If you think financial freedom is an exclusive club reserved for millionaires, you probably feel like you're permanently locked out. It is easy to look at your bank account, compare it to the ultra-wealthy, and assume true independence is simply impossible. But look at the difference between a high-powered CEO begging the government for a corporate bailout and a teenager living at home without paying rent. In Morgan Housel's framework, the CEO is at level 0. Their survival depends on strangers, committees, and politicians who have no personal stake in their well-being. The teenager is at level 1. While they are still dependent, they rely on people who actually care about them. In the pursuit of autonomy, having a safety net built on affection is objectively more secure than one built on a government contract. As the latter moves up to level 3, we reach the standard adult reality, the paycheck-to-paycheck trap. You can cover your bills today, but your lifestyle has a 30-day expiration date. If your income stops, your independence vanishes by the end of the month. Financial freedom is not a single, distant goal you reach at the end of your career. It is a 15-level spectrum of autonomy defined by Morgan Housel, and chances are you have already started the climb. The climb gets interesting when you enter the security phase. This is where money stops being just a tool for consumption and starts acting as a psychological shock absorber. At level 4, you have the cash to handle a minor emergency. A broken refrigerator or a flat tire is an inconvenience, but it doesn't trigger a crisis. By level 5, you have enough savings to survive a job loss or a medical issue for a few months. A bad break no longer threatens to derail your entire life. But the real payoff of this phase happens at level 7. For the average person, this rung offers the first tangible experience of true leverage. Level 7 is the power to say no. When you have a solid financial buffer, you gain the leverage to walk away from a toxic boss or an unfair work environment. You don't have to tolerate mistreatment because you aren't desperate for the next Friday deposit. At this stage, money's most valuable function is no longer purchasing physical goods. It is purchasing the agency to control your immediate environment. After you've defended yourself against external threats like bad bosses and flat tires, the ladder shifts towards escaping internal psychological traps. Level 8 is freedom from the need to show off. This is the moment you stop buying luxury items or maintaining an expensive lifestyle specifically to impress strangers on social media. Level 9 is debt independence. Every dollar of debt you take on is a trade. You get something today, but you give up a choice tomorrow. A massive car loan forces you to stay in a job you hate. A bloated mortgage prevents you from moving to a city you actually like. Debt creates an obligation that narrows your future. Erasing those obligations gets you to level 10. At this rung, your family's survival is decoupled from the wider economy. Even a massive market downturn no longer poses an existential threat to your home. When you no longer owe a bank for your past or a social media feed for your present, you gain a very specific kind of power, the ability to design your daily schedule without needing a stranger's approval. The final phase of the ladder is time mastery. At level 11, passive income from investments or assets begins covering a meaningful portion of your monthly bills. Level 12 brings a total reversal in your relationship with work. Labor becomes entirely optional. You might still go to the office, but you do it because you want to be there, not because you're afraid of what happens if you aren't. But level 13 hides a dangerous trap called lifestyle creep. This graph shows what happens when desires rise at the same rate as income. If you expand spending every time you get a raise, the gap between income and freedom stays at 0. If you can avoid that trap, you reach level 14, intellectual independence. You can look anyone in the eye and respectfully disagree with them because you do not rely on their financial patronage or their opinion of you. Finally, we reach the apex. Level 15 is the reality of waking up every morning with total, uncompromising control over your time, who you spend it with, and what you do. A private jet might save you a few hours on a flight, but a blank calendar gives you the years. That is the highest return wealth can offer. Reaching the top of this ladder takes time. You do not need to hit level 15 by tomorrow. The only thing that matters today is accurately diagnosing where you are currently standing and focusing entirely on climbing exactly one step higher. If you are at level 3, your priority is a small emergency fund. If you are at level 8, your priority is to stop spending money on status symbols that buy nothing but the envy of others. Morgan Housel warns that even at level 15, happiness isn't guaranteed. A single arrogant decision can send you back down to level 0. From now on, use this filter for every financial choice you make. Ask yourself, is this purchase buying my freedom, or is it selling it? Drop a comment below with your thoughts, hit subscribe, and share this video to make sure you see the next installment.